Today's what?
Today's the
13th.
13th of October.
1987.
87.
Is it on?
I wasn't talking about that
Fine,
date.
yeah.
I was
that
talking
on?
about the
Oh,
date
on.
she was
Oh,
born.
What year were you born then?
I was born 1911,
June 28th.
June 28th.
And she's a
19 what, Nan?
1911.
Oh, okay, that's right, she
she's
did.
a cancer sign.
Yeah.
And what town? Or city?
I was born in Boston.
South
Born
Boston.
in the house because my mother didn't go to hospital when she had babies.
In South Boston?
In South Boston, yeah. On
Oh, Sixth Street.
Start
On
talk loud.
6th Street, yeah. Louder? Oh, well. All right, on 6th Street in South Boston.
You can talk.
And I don't have to look up there.
No.
And let me see. Now I can remember,
You had
the
two
only
brothers.
thing I can remember really when I was little was that my mother used to put an earring on every time I'd come in the house and she'd find a lost one.
She put in
How many brothers
She'd
and
put
sisters
another
did
one
you
back in again.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
2 brothers and 1 sister.
And where did you come in the line?
I come in 3rd.
Uncle Joe, Uncle Sammy, Auntie Helen.
Uncle Joe's first, Uncle Sammy, me, and then Auntie Helen.
Well, talk.
And then there was and then came more
No more.
No more.
Stepchildren.
with your dad.
My father, let me see. Well, my mother died when she was 37 years old.
From
And
what?
you were
She
only
had
7.
died from childbirth.
With who?
Auntie Helen?
No, another baby.
Oh,
Baby
The
died
baby
too.
died too.
Oh.
Yeah. And
How old were you when your mother died, Mama?
I was 7 years old when my mother died.
And Auntie Helen was.
7. And Auntie Helen was 22 months old.
Oh.
Yeah. And
And who else was in the family? What other brothers and sisters did you have?
my brother Joe, my brother Sam.
Your full, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, they are my full brother and sister and family. We were a family. Afterwards, when my father got married again,
Then there was,
half sister and a half brother.
Tony and Josie.
Yeah.
And
So-
and his wife had Nancy.
Right. Not
Jenny.
Nancy, Jenny.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Who was Nancy?
so you used to
Nancy was
babysit
Jenny's
for
daughter.
Auntie Helen?
Oh, jeez, I'm totally confused.
You used to babysit for Auntie Helen, right, after your mother died?
Well, yeah, but I was only 7 years old.
Oh, you were 7.
Yeah, I didn't know one thing from another, what to do for her. I didn't, there was nobody to tell me what to do. We lived in the house, and there was nobody else in the house, just us. And,
Did your father leave you when you went to work?
yeah, he went to work in the morning at 7 o'clock. He never came home till 9 o'clock that night.
And nobody watched you?
Nobody was around, so we used to sit out on the steps. And this girl came by one night, Elizabeth, her name was, Elizabeth Lampton. And she was talking to us. She said, "Where's your mother?" And I told her my mother had died. And she says, "Oh, and who's in the house minding?" And I said, "Nobody, we're here, waiting for my father." And she said, have you got anybody else in the family?" And I told her, yes, I have 2 brothers.
Yes.
And so she said, okay, she said, I'm going home, talk to my mother. She says, and I'll be back. So she did. She came back.
How old
I
was
think my father was in the house. She was about 15, 16 years old.
Oh, she was a young girl.
Yeah. So she told my father that she wanted to take my sister Helen. Her mother wanted to take care of her because she was too small to be left.
When I was going with Tom, she'd say,
She's a dangerous woman.
your mother's with her boyfriend, and they're
Who
looking
would
at
say
each
this?
other. Helen should say, they're looking at each other with googly eyes.
You mean
Can I-
her sister Helen?
No, my girlfriend Helen.
Oh,
She'd say, they're
Helen
with,
Wera?
yeah, they're looking at each other with googly eyes. We'd go to bingo together with them. The 4 of us, Helen and I and Mama and Tom. And she'd say, they're looking at each other with googly eyes, And I'd say, not my mother.
Tom didn't invite you by saying you don't want to go to bingo, do you?
He used to come and pick me up. Hi, Mama.
Oh my God.
You don't want to go to Bingo.
He liked coming to my
Said it to Donna. You don't want to go
You
to
don't wanna go
movies,
to
do you? We were going to the show one night, and he said to Donna, "You don't
You
want
don't
to
want
go
to
to
go
the
to the show.
He said that to Donna.
Yeah. He said, no, Tom, I don't want to go to the movies. And he didn't mean it like that. He said, yeah, sure. That was a hint if I ever heard one.
Oh my God.
I want to be alone. You don't want to go, do you?
He was so funny.
Was it
Oh,
funny?
that was funny.
I used to love teasing him. Remember the time we kidnapped him to go to the Cape?
We were bad.
We called his house and said we were an alcoholic. We had my boyfriend David call and say he was an alcoholic, that he needed Tom to come to his rescue. And Tom flew. He got right in that car and
Oh,
he
flies,
flew.
yeah.
And we met him at the exit.
We said, "Hi, it's us." Here we go. 'Cause we said we needed him for the weekend down
He
at the AA
laughed
meeting down
so
in the
hard.
Cape. He
For the
packed up
weekend,
and met us at my house.
He thought it
He
was
didn't know it was us.
fabulous.
Yeah.
geez.
Oh, he thought that was the greatest stunt that
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
was pulled. He laughed so hard.
It was funny, and we kept him. We took him down to your place. We stayed for the weekend.
Remember we all slept in the cars?
Yeah, he slept in the car.
It was Billy's van,
I
my
was out in
van.
the middle of the street, my nightgown, and I didn't think of it. And I was looking down the street because there was a big brawl down the street, and a car drove by and thought I was hitching. And he reached on his brakes at the bottom of the hill, turned around to come back and get me. And then when it dawned on me, I went, oh shit, turn around, run like a bastard. I hit the bumper on Billy's
Oh,
van,
yeah, you
almost
bumped
broke
your
my
leg,
leg,
yeah.
and I'm screaming.
Woo.
Billy come flying out of the van. He didn't know what happened to me. Picked me up. He's running all over the lawn with me. What the hell to do with me? I'm screaming. He went in the back and he got some ice out of the chest and he put
What
it on my
house
leg.
were you in? Hanover? The Hanover house?
Oh, no,
Her
mine.
house.
No,
down
you
the
were
Cape.
down the Cape. The
No,
one
it
she
wasn't
rented.
mine. I was renting.
She
The
rented.
cottage.
Oh,
Yeah,
Terry's
that was a rented
cottage.
Oh,
Okay.
it was funny that
Oh
night.
gosh.
And the guy that she was with, David, he was longer than the van.
He was 6'4.5", and the van bed is only, what, 3? Tops?
So we had to leave the big doors in the back open, and Billy said, park those things outside. His boots, his feet. Had to park
From
them
the thigh
outside.
down, we're hanging out of the van. We were getting eaten by mosquitoes.
Oh.
There was no mosquitoes down there, John.
We were getting eaten by fleas or something then. Something was coming in.
That's fun. So you